welcome back to the channel. So today I'm titling this video The Story of Two Headphones. This is really me giving my honest thoughts on the Sennheiser HD58X Jubilee. Is it gonna show up? Can you see it? Yeah, there you go. HD58X Jubilee. Got these off of Massdrop's website. Yeah. And also review or just my thoughts on the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro X. Come on. There you go. See? Ta-da. All right. So look, I'm just going to straight get to it, cut to the chase. My preference out of the two, Sennheiser. There, can you see it? There you go. 58X Jubilee. Why? I'll tell you why. But before I get into telling you why, look, since I just went ahead and cut to the chase from this, I would appreciate it if you take a moment, subscribe to the channel, please. As you can see, I'm really hovering around 234, 235. Appreciate it. Get these numbers up. Hey, this video is not sponsored by either one of these. This is just my thoughts on both of them, more from a mixing standpoint and just daily recording. So yeah, subscribe, please. All right, why do I prefer the Sennheisers? Because of how they sound. I'm not saying the Beyerdynamic sounds bad, but for my ears, the Beyerdynamics are just giving me too much high sound, and my ears prefer the Sennheiser. When I'm just toggling back and forth between the two, I definitely hear the difference. I mean, they're different manufacturers, so there's a definite difference between the two. I will not tell you, oh yeah, they sound pretty close to the same. No, they don't. And I'm driving both of these off of the same headphone amp. Like, it's not like I have them plugged into different things. They're both plugged into the Audient ID24, and you know it has both headphone jacks in the front. I guess I'll put the image about here so you can see. But yeah, you can plug in both headphones, so I have them both plugged in. That way, I'm not cranking up volume any different. The volume is set where it's set, and it's just coming through both headphones. Boom. So this is a very good comparison in my opinion. But yeah, the Sennheiser is really what just does it for me. Now, comfort wise, I have to give it to Beyerdynamic. Like, these really feel super ultra comfortable. I wish that the Sennheiser was actually this comfortable. And just even a quick step back. Like, how did I get here? I really come from long time using the Audio-Technica M30s. That's what these are. And these boys have seen some days. I ended up switching off of something else because I think even for those, it was, my ears were kind of getting uncomfortable listening to them for a while, and I ended up switching to the AKG, the K240s. Yeah, come on, gonna focus. There you go. So yeah, I've used multiple different headphones over the years. The AKGs is what I was using for a couple years, and they broke. And once the cord broke, that's what kind of brought me down this path of looking at headphones again. And I had initially bought the Beyerdynamic DT770 Pro X's because, again, the limited edition, I just happened to see all these videos on YouTube, you know, saying, check these out, they're pretty good, blah, 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 blah. And again, they are, but the problem with any of us talking about headphones through a camera is you can't hear it. I can tell you these things are amazing, but they may not be amazing for you. So I really recommend you going to your local Guitar Center or wherever else and just try the headphones on. And I'll play a track, but again, it's not like it's really going to make a difference to you because you're just going to hear it on whatever you're listening to. So again, this is not me selling either one of these to anybody out there. This is just my thoughts. I hope you appreciate that. The Beyerdynamics. Okay, so you see, just from the first couple of seconds of this, using the Beyerdynamics, if I'm going in, if I'm gonna, clean this up, or again, preparing it for digital release, my first assumption using the Beyerdynamics is that, oh my God, it sounds too high. I feel like there's too many high frequencies in here, and my first initial thought, decision-wise, would be to bring those down. Now, comparison. When I listen to the same part using the Sennheisers, with the exception of a couple frequencies with the guitar, I wouldn't have the same response to the beginning of the track. It doesn't sound like the highs are too high. It sounds like, oh, they're pretty good. I just need to, again, fix a little bit of that guitar where some of those frequencies might be kind of poking out. But let me go back to the DT770s. Again, the Pro X is here. And fast forward to the track where the bass comes in. Okay. Again, similarly to the first pass, I was like, oh, okay. Again, the highs are still there that I would be probably going in and kind of bringing down. And I would say the bass is very strong, maybe too strong. And I feel like I would end up pulling it back if I was making decisions purely using the DT770s. Okay, using the Sennheisers, somewhat similar, but I would say I probably need to pull or try to tame the bass a little bit, control it a little bit more, but not as much as I would have thought using the DT770s. So I feel like there's definitely a bit of an exaggeration on the bass end and the high end on the DT770s. Now, if you become used to that, that's fine. So now you already know that there's an exaggeration as you're doing the mix. But I'm saying straight out of the bat, coming from a different headphone, because again, really what started this was, my AKGs broke, the cord messed up, and that's what kind of led me down the rabbit hole of checking out new headphones. But when I was playing songs that I knew time and time again, I know how they sound because I've listened to them a million times before, hundreds of times, really. You know what I'm saying? No, not millions, but hundreds of times, if not thousands. The presentation for that song or the audio matched what I expected it to sound like when I was wearing the Sennheiser. Again, it sounds good in the DT770s, and I would say I would just kind of casually maybe listen to music in those if I'm looking for, more of a exaggerated sound, and I knew it was going to be exaggerated. But again, my ears don't necessarily like the response of those high frequencies, so I don't think that I would be listening to it for hours upon hours in those. Whereas in the Sennheiser HD58X, the Jubilees, I can just listen and listen and listen. Now, what I don't like necessarily is sometimes the clamp on this, the Sennheiser, is a little too tight, and I find myself adjusting these a little bit to just kind of, alleviate some of the clamping pressure. But, the cones are fine. My ears do fit all the way inside, so that's not an issue. But again, it's just they kind of clamp a little too tight, and I wish they were as comfortable as the DT770 Pro X is. So again, why I'm choosing or saying my preference mixing, recording wise, is going to be the Sennheisers is purely because of how it sounds. This is what I'm looking for. I feel like I would make more accurate decisions using these. Now, granted, these are open back headphones in comparison to the Beyerdynamic, which are closed back. So that's just one thing to consider. Again, none of this is sponsored. Neither Beyerdynamic or Sennheiser have sent me these for free. They have not. I have paid for both of them. Again, this all came about because my AKGs broke. I was actually gonna send or cancel the order for the Sennheiser, but when I went to cancel it, they had already shipped. So once I got it, I was like, well, I might as well take a listen to it. But luckily, I did, and I liked how it sounded. So kind of one of those things that worked out. I'm really using both headphones to A/B, songs that I'm mixing just to kind of get a better, more options or more clarity on responses. It kind of helps having different options to compare. So not dragging this out. If any of this was helpful to you and you liked my ranting here, please, like the video. I appreciate it. It helps with the metrics, with the numbers, with the algorithm, as I am, like I said, trying to grow the channel. Again, if you haven't already, please subscribe. And that's really it. Again, this is just my honest thoughts on it. Not trying to bash either one, but, my preference is the Sennheiser. Thanks again for watching, and we'll talk again next time. Peace.
Yes. Complex.